Wallchain in the house. Ducks outside. They on the mic. Let's go. Pull up to the quack house. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, quack, quack. Heads with me. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Ducks got utility. This ain't just gold. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack, quack. Whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision. Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Yeah. Wallchain Select, we got picked for the ride. Ducks in the wallet, but they fly outside. They said they built it, then they show receipts. Now the whole damn timeline waddling to the beat. Quackhead on me, that's a key, not a flex. Open new doors, yeah, lot was next. Not just a JPEG, not just a name. Ducks came through and changed the game. Quack house, everybody loud. Wallchain promise, Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 heads with me, yeah, the flock don't fold. Ducks got utility, this ain't just gold. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, 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 whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision, Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Who got the ducks? We got the ducks. Who built the chain? Wallchain does. Who runs the space? Dave runs the house. Quack heads up. Everybody shout. Pull up to the quack house. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Quack house weekly. And the story gets told.
And the story gets told. Sup, y'all? Welcome to the Quackstream. What's good? Hope everybody's doing well. Boy, oh boy, I am struggling for the voice today. Unless you are living under a rock, G-Quack, everybody. Unless you are living under a rock. Last night was probably one of the best nights, most feel-good nights in sports history, depending on if you hate the Knicks or not. Like, that's okay. But what we witnessed last night was an absolute testament of what it means to be down, what it means to keep your head in a game, what it means to have resolve, and genuinely what it means, like, to have the mindset of, like, how to be a winner. Like, these Knicks were literally down 29 points. 29 points. And yet they still stuck in, they still fought it out, and they still came back to win. I think there's messages here. I know obviously this is Quackstream. We're obviously here. It was comeback of the century, Bull. It really, really was. And I know that, like, right now, like, everyone's kind of like, oh, well, are we going to discuss Wallchain? Of course we're going to talk about Wallchain stuff. We have so much to discuss today. Timeline is obviously going crazy over $12 posts and wow. All right, we're gonna talk about all of it. World Cup is launching. There's tons of prediction market stuff going on. But yeah, I mean, unless you literally are living under a rock, I can't say this enough. Last night was genuinely probably the best sport, the best game you will ever watch, maybe, like, in all of sports. It was, like, I mean, when I say epic, absolutely just epic. It was wild. It was absolutely wild. I literally debated, like, I'm thinking to myself, and I still might. I'm like, do I play the full 4-minute clip so that people can genuinely, like, feel what it is that, like, that everybody was feeling last night? Like, oh my God, are these guys going to do it? And then we can obviously dive into, like, all of the different topics. And if I'm being honest, I think people, if you didn't get a chance to see it, exactly, bro. It is the greatest comeback in NBA. Agreed. This dwarfs the Falcons. This like Patriots, like, collapse. Like, this dwarfs all of it, literally all of it. And I think, like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm gonna. It's literally 5 minutes. We got an hour to spend together. Just a ton of time for me to eviscerate everybody that's on the timeline crying about $12 posts and oh my God, there's bots and yeah. Miss me with all this stuff now. We'll get to there in a minute. I'm gonna be spicy today. I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna be hella spicy. But at least we can start it off like the right way. And you guys are gonna watch, like what you're gonna watch now is single-handedly like the best recap that you've literally ever seen like in your lives. It's something crazy. So enjoy this for the next 4 minutes, right? Because I get goosebumps every time I hear it. But keep in the back of your mind the lessons that are here when you're watching this of like never, ever say die. Enjoy this right now.
Listen to the crowd. Listen. No. To be a good. You want to be champions, you want to be winners. This is what it takes right here. This is what it takes. Points. Listen. Feel it. They're going to do it. You guys are going to do it. But this is actually like on its way. It's genuinely happening right now. This is crazy. Here we go. Starting going crazy. Absolutely wild. Nuts. We'll talk about that also in a few. Oh my gosh! Imagine how solid you have to be, like how dialed in you have to be. You have 20,000 people. Going crazy. Don't miss. Out of bounds, keep playing. Really take this in, guys. I'm serious. Watch it. Right on his head. Right here. What? Look at this. Absolutely insane. Insane. Imagine, bro. Imagine. And that's the lead. And that's the lead in the end. But the finale is the best part. The finale is the best part. Stay with it. Out of bounds. You believe. I don't know if I get goosebumps watching this. Maybe I'm a Knicks fan, but watch. What? 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 Yeah, that is OG too. And then OG also. Look at this. This is the craziest thing I've ever witnessed. Ever. This is absolute insanity. Look at these guys. They don't even know what they just lost. comeback in NBA playoff history. And people will probably go crazy too. It's probably one of the most epic things that you will ever watch. I mean, absolutely ever.
Okay. Sorry. I had to start it off with that because goddamn, like if that doesn't give you the chills, goosebumps, but also like that, like there's messages in this shit. There's messages out here in terms of like what who are you gonna quit? Right? Like, oh, you're a creator. Oh, you got $12 for a post. Oh, you got $1 for a post. Oh, you got nothing for a post. Now what? You want to go cry on the timeline? Why? You want to go worry about somebody else's bags? Why? Like, worry about yourself. Like, this is the time for people to genuinely like buck up. Like, I watched this game and I thought about it this morning and I'm just like, nobody's responsible for my money. You know who's responsible for my money? Me. I'm the one responsible for my money. So everyone that's across the timeline, and I'll share some tweets with you guys and I'll show you essentially like, and I love that Wallchain and the Wallchain team is leaning right into this. I love it. I absolutely love it because I think people, a lot of people, this, like, you know how there's some like a little bit like delusional founders out here. I think there's a lot of delusional quote creators out here that think like the whole world is like, oh, like pay me what I'm worth, like this, like without knowing there's a whole other side of the world out here that like nobody makes your rates. Not everybody makes the same rates. You have no idea what other people are making. You don't know what the value of $1 is to other people. But yet everybody's on the time of being like, Wallchain should be ashamed of themselves. Wallchain should be ashamed of themselves. For what? Why? I don't understand. Why should Wallchain be ashamed of themselves? For what reason? I literally have absolutely no idea. And we're going to go over it. I got a couple of guests that are coming on as well too, to be able to chat about it with us. But let's dig in a little bit so that we can see exactly like what we're talking about, right? I'm going to pull up a couple of Yuri's tweets because I think it's super important that people understand like exactly like what, like genuinely like what's going on out here. Hold on one second. Let me see. Where's Yuri's? Okay, perfect. Okay, let me share this tab instead. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. If I was paid $3 for every post I made on X, I'd have $93,000. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. When you're creating a brand, when you're trying to build a brand, like, are you asking someone like, oh, I'm not, my shit's not worth $3? How do you know where somebody else is starting also? You don't know. You have no clue. Nobody has any clue. Everybody in this market is going to address this in a very different way. They're going to approach their creation journey in a very, very different way. Yeah, Yuri's right. If I literally had $3 for every post, I'd have 93 grand. I probably have a lot more posts than 30,000. I'll tell you that much too. Like, are we kidding? Like, I think people need a little bit of an adjustment out here. Genuinely an adjustment. I love this. But like, look at the stats. 68 creators approved out of 30,000. We told y'all from the beginning it was going to be this way. I didn't get selected. I didn't have it. I didn't have. Yeah, when TGE. Yeah. Simmer down, some city. Yeah, listen. We can't talk about that yet. Look, it is what it is, right? Like, I mean, I don't know how else to kind of explain it to people, but letting everybody know, look, like, this was going to be one of the toughest things. For those that have been supporting Wallchain, amazing. Continue on your creator journey, right? Like, I didn't make this. Does that mean that all of a sudden, like, oh my God, Wallchain's the worst, right? What the hell? Like, how? Why? MAIC, I'm coming up right now. Like, why? I'm not. I keep moving along my path. I genuinely just keep moving along my path. Why? Like, why all of a sudden do I have to be Robin Hood and start taking up for every other creator out here? Other creators don't pay my bills. Like, I want everybody to make money. Of course I want everybody to make money. But I also know people that literally work, because they're in my DMs, working 12 to 14-hour shifts for $10. So because like a $12 for 4 posts, all of a sudden was like, oh my God, like the world is going to stop. but I don't see anybody taking up and being like, that guy makes too much money. The guy that made 1,500 for 4 posts, who's got 100,000 followers, we're not going to him being like, you make too much money. But y'all want to take up for all the other people that aren't making enough money? What are we talking about? What are we talking about out here? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Nah, bro, it wouldn't have been the better path, Avi. It wouldn't have been. We gave a range. We gave a range so that people can genuinely understand. Everyone says small creators, small creators, small creators. Somebody could have easily said, I don't want that. Somebody could have easily said, I don't want that offer. Because when I went on to it, I looked at the offer and I said, you know what? I think I'm worth a little bit more. And I changed my price point. We gave everybody the option to do that, right? Everybody had the option to do that. Did they do it? I don't know. I did. Did I get selected? No. No harm, no foul. Cool. I expected that. Awesome. If I got it, would have been great. I would have loved $250 a post because I feel like I'm some kind of prediction market guy and that my audience is prediction markets. They didn't feel that way. Okay. So what? So what? So what? I think people really just need a little bit of a wake-up call. Oh, what happened to Emma? I don't know where she went, but she's coming back. I think people need a little bit of a wake-up call. But like, yes, this was hard. Like, do you guys not think like that this is like, if you're, because this is really what I think people need to understand. This is how you, I mean, I'm coming to you right now, how people actually, or how brands actually price this stuff out. Or if you are in the mind of like, I have 10 grand or I have 20 grand, I'm running a campaign. Like, does anybody even remotely put themselves in the position to say, I wonder what the brand or how the brand is thinking in order for me to be able to go about like finding my thing? No, everybody immediately takes it at a time. I was like, $12. Oh my God. $12. Oh my God. No context. But I'm glad Emma's here because me and Emma are going to chat. I know Emma has a lot of background in the marketing field. Emma, welcome to the Quackstream. I'm a little animated today, so
Dave.
What's up? You hear me?
Dave, I'm hearing you breaking in and out. Maybe it's not, maybe it's my connection. I'm not sure, but you're coming in, breaking in and out.
Interesting. Hold on. Let me. Is anybody?
It's your Wi-Fi, Dave. It's your Wi-Fi.
I don't think it's my Wi-Fi. Like I think I'm pretty good. How about now? Better? Let me see. I put these.
You just sound somewhat robotic, and your words are breaking up.
Yo, chat, can you guys hear me okay? Like, am I coming through good? Like, can you guys hear me good? Just want to make sure. So, Emma, you hear me literally just like robotic? It seems like my stream's coming through fine.
I'm catching every other word, but it's a bit broken up.
Yeah, I think it might be you, Emma, because I think the chat hears me okay. The chat here, yeah, I sound fine. Yeah, I'm getting all the DMs. Like I sound fine. I mean, I think it might be you. So go check your connection again. Go check your connection. Okay, yeah, you can hear us both. I think it's just Emma's, maybe Emma's, what's it called? Yeah. Marcimus, tell me more. Exactly what kind of a wake-up call do you think the team needs is kind of what I want to hear. Like what is the actual wake-up call? Like, please. Instead of being like, hey, Wallchain team, like, wake up. What's the wake-up call, bro? Tell me. I want to hear. Like, give me more constructive feedback because I'm open and the whole team is open to constructive feedback. Like, we've always been 100%. But the question is, like, what's the feedback? Like, tell us, right? Like, I think people really need to be able to get into a debate. So, Marcimus, like, tell me, bro, like, in the chat, please, like, or if you want to call, I'll send you an invite if you want to come on the stream. I'd love to have a discussion about this with you guys. Why not? Why not? Emma, does it sound better now or no? Emma, you're on mute. Yeah, I think Emma's having problems with her stuff. Yeah, Emma, whenever you're ready to come back, let me know. Oh, now she has 2 different ones that are coming. Emma, you're on 2 different things, 2 different devices.
Hey there.
You hear me?
I hear you. Do you remember when we used to do those streams before, and one of those problems we had was StreamYard back in the day?
Yeah.
That's the problem I'm having.
Okay, but can you hear me? But it sounds like you hear me okay, because we hear you super clearly.
Yeah, I could hear you, so I'll mute myself.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You can ask away.
Yeah, essentially, like what I'm kind of asking away on is essentially like the Wallchain Select campaign, right? Is obviously like very limited budget, right? Super limited budget, and obviously a very small amount of creators got selected, but people kind of got hung up on when Yuri posted that one of the accepted offers, when people could have literally customized their offer however they wanted to, somebody accepted $12, excuse me, for 4 posts, and the whole timeline kind of got set ablaze. And I've obviously been a little animated today, kind of going off on some on excuse me, on the folks that are like, well, that's robbery and that's it. And I'm like, how do you know what other people are doing? And it's like, I don't think people genuinely understand or like put themselves in the shoes of like, if you're a brand. So maybe can you tell us, I know you've been in the marketing world for a minute, when a brand is looking to do something, like, don't they want the niche audience specifically that they're looking for, as opposed to obviously like the info 5 days are over where it's just kind of spray and pray? Like, what is the issue? Like, if somebody wants to accept this offer and that fits what the brand wants, who's anybody else to say anything?
Niche.
Yeah. Tell me. I may. Yeah, I don't know if you can. I may. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know.
I was actually just going to say that I have to actually listen to you on my phone. So I'm just going to address what you just said about like the post and the value of the post, because I'll probably end up, I'm getting a delayed from X, so it's irrelevant. But I think what you're saying, I support what you're saying. There's a bit of entitlement out there, but also it's like the post that I wrote as well. There comes a point in time when clients are the ones that make the choice about what they want, but also no one will ever raise the price on you. So if you have this thought process that that's expensive or it's not expensive, I think it's all relative. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really relative to, number one, your region. Number two, relative to your experience. Number three, what you want to get from the space. Like who are you in, who do you want to be in the space? But to comment on someone else's is really no one's place. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really no one's place. This is another reason why I believe that some of this stuff should remain private. It should not be something that should be announced at all, because I think there's some things, you know, I just think that some things that are better off left unsaid. However, the timeline has really been ripping it apart as well, because you have a very, very technical founder that is trying to disrupt a space that is very, very different than someone who may have a technical expertise and background. Because the social efforts that are necessary to develop something that's going to disrupt, you know, a brand ambassador sector and an affiliate marketing sector, a UGC sector. The reality is that you really need to understand all the elements of what it's like to sell to a consumer. And whoever the consumer is, whether it's the company or an individual, it doesn't matter. You're selling to someone. And if you don't know how to sell and you don't understand a sales process, then you also could be mismatching how you're delivering a campaign. And I think that's why when you see these campaigns, you can't really get inside the head of why someone would give the rates that they give. It's their prerogative. It's their business. There is no need for anyone to get involved in that negotiation or process. That is just something that's theirs. But on the flip side, there is a lot of entitlement in the CT space. And I think that entitlement needs to have the, you know, that ball of entitlement, that balloon needs to be popped.
Facts. It's true. Like, I think everybody out here is like, just because somebody makes one thing, that means it's like, oh, that's so low and that's insulting. Insulting? What are we talking about? Like, that creator is on a completely different journey than most other people. I'm not on the same journey as MA. I'm not on the same journey as Block Bull, right? As Marcimus, as Avi. I'm just not. I'm in a very different place, right? It's not further ahead, further back. It's just a very different place. And if somebody wants to accept that kind of payout, then at least like understand what the whole basis is. I see people that were posting like, oh, it's not like you can't even buy a coffee. Yeah, maybe where you fucking live, you can't buy a coffee. Cool. Like, awesome. Somebody else is working a 12-hour shift for $12. But I think this is the other thing to keep in mind. I may also kind of like to what you said is like the brands themselves are looking for something very specific. And the same way that we relayed the information to everybody, it was delivered exactly that same way. The brand gives us the guidelines. Our tech goes out and actually finds the people, right, per the niche audience, right, makes an offer, right? We factor in X score and all the other things that we told you about. Per their X score, we present an offer, and you can either accept that offer or edit and change that offer. Some people put it up, some people put it down. Everybody is different. But 10,000 people applied to each campaign. What does that tell people? Like, that tells you that there's demand. And at least there's actual money coming out of this. Where are the other platforms? I saw freaking what's his name? Ponce posted yesterday. Oh, 12, like taking a shot at $12. Bro, where are your Zeke cards, bro? Where? Oh, we moved to Mega E. Wallchain is actually delivering creator rewards now in USDC, and people still want to cry. Listen, this is the name of the game. The real world out there is not easy. It's not forgiving. You don't get shit handed to you. I feel like a lot of people might be spoiled. This is the wake-up call for most. 10,000 people applied, and when the next campaign comes out, and it will drop in the next couple of days, by the way, because we're this close to actually securing it. Like, when the next campaign drops, you think people are going to care about somebody crying on the timeline about $12? You don't think there's going to be another 10,000 people that are literally going to apply to the next one? You're mistaken. You know why? Because the world moves. When you want to sit and stay and cry and do whatever, the world's going to keep going. And you have to be able to adjust to that. It's that simple. It really is that simple. But understand, like, I want to hopefully educate people, right? I don't want to just sound off. I want to educate people on, put yourself in the mind of the brand. We had Eni on here from Profit last week, right? What did he say? He's like, I want people to just go in and create a bazillion markets. If you guys remember on the stream last week, I created a market that said, will Jalen Brunson win MVP of the NBA Finals? Lo and behold, you guys saw the clip today. You better damn well believe it. If the Knicks win next game, who do you think's winning the NBA Finals? And anybody that's making a bet now on Profit, and I did that literally on a whim. You guys saw it here live. I did that on a whim. And now that market, everybody is tailing. Everybody is tailing that market now. So I don't know how much more to tell you guys. I really genuinely have no idea how much more, like more like education, real world application. We did it live here on the show. He said, this is what we're looking for. Go in there and actually start creating markets on Profit. Go for it. We're going to have more founders, obviously, on this show, because I need the creators and the founders to start getting a little bit more aligned. I need like creators to hear from founders and founders to also hear from creators.
That's not a bad
It's
idea.
Yeah.
This is better.
Tell
That's
me.
not a bad idea, because then you have the marriage of the two, right? Because right now it's like into the void. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bit like people are talking to each other with a wall in the middle. And I think it would be helpful what you're suggesting, because by bringing founders on and maybe having them talk about their projects or talk about what their vision is, might also get more people on the stream to watch and get involved and ask questions so that they could create content based on taking notes, basically hearing the answers, listening to the personalities, finding out questions about the tech or the project deliverables. I think the problem here is that there's a silo problem, number one, and there's a communication problem.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know what the communication problem would be or on whose end it is, because I've always said this, right? Like, I want to be able to pride myself on, like, let's be super clear and set proper expectations, right? But also, a lot of times you genuinely can't do that, right? Like, you can't, like, you can try as hard as you want, but the speed of business moves at the speed of business. Somebody doesn't sign a contract, we can't launch the campaign. Right? Somebody commits, but then maybe backs out. We can't launch the campaign, right? Like, it just doesn't work that way.
But then, Dave, isn't that the nature of this industry? I mean, you just described the nature of any innovative industry, as we just had our conversation an hour ago. In any industry that's innovative and disruptive, it's going to be chaotic in the beginning. So we can't expect Web 2 very structured, very nice and pretty information and budgets when we're in Web 3. It doesn't work that way. This is going to be like the .com era, where everything's just being tested on the fly. We're building the plane as we're flying it. So in some ways, when I was mentioning communication, Dave, I guess maybe I could have been a little bit clearer, but I was more talking about, like, when you're communicating, you have to understand the message that you're sending, and you have to also understand that the receiver has to receive your message well. And that's what I mean by communication. I mean technically good communication, not communication of what people think talking on a timeline is. No, we have to have active listeners, and people have to understand what the message that's being sent and who's going to receive that message. Because I've listened to some of the messages on the timeline and some of the spaces that have been provided by Wallchain, and in my listening of that message, I already hear that people will misinterpret it. So you see what I'm saying? And this happens a lot, and it's not a negative. It happens a lot when you have, this happens a lot when you live in foreign countries or you travel in foreign countries and you think you speak the language at a level that's very understandable, but that's like speaking, it's like speaking B1 English to someone who's a native English speaker, or speaking B1 English to someone who has an A1, A2 level of English, where there's a disconnect because the message is getting lost in its translation. And I think that's happening quite a bit in these dialogues, because I've just been observing it and I see it. But it's not obvious until situations like this happen, like what you said, Dave, in the very beginning of the stream, which I agree with you. This entitlement needs to end. It's like, at the end of the day, what someone values themselves at is their business, and that is their job to do that. They have made a decision and a choice, and that's okay. But if you have 10,000 people going after a small amount of money, then you obviously know the competition's going to be rough. And that's just simple law of supply and demand. If the demand is high and the supply is low, the price is going to be low.
Yeah, agreed. So, Scarlett, you said, what's the current message that you're sending by trolling the timeline around $1 posts? How do you think that reflects on you as a project versus Kaito or other offerings? Good question. Okay. So we're not trolling the timeline. Like, we're responding to essentially what the timeline is putting out. And the message that I am trying to deliver here now, today, is ultimately like, what if somebody accepted a $12 payout, what is that anybody else's business all of a sudden to take to the timeline? And how is Wallchain in the wrong for essentially making an offer, somebody accepting that offer, and them actually being happy to get paid? This is us leaning into what crypto Twitter, at least in my opinion, is a little bit delusional about. Like, worry about essentially everything that you guys are doing. Like, when people say, oh, that's a bad look, how does it reflect on us? What do you mean, how does it reflect on us? We're literally giving people the tools. And I think what we're trying to do is, if we're going to have to do it the comedic way, is maybe open people's eyes enough to be able to see exactly like what's going on here. How does this process actually work? Because apparently just telling people what the rules were of the game isn't enough, right? It's not enough that they feel that they have to take to the timeline and be like $12 posts when they have absolutely nothing to do with the scenario. We also paid somebody $1,500 for 4 posts, right? I have no problem going out and being like, where's the guy that got $1,500 for 4 posts? I don't see anybody making content around that, or I don't see anybody complaining about that, right? And as far as Kaito goes, where's Kaito? Where is Z? Like, where?
You know, Dave, that's a really interesting statement you just made right now about where is Kaito and where is Zeet. Because I was on a space early this morning when you were in Dreamland, and the topic of conversation came up around Zeet and Pons. And it's interesting to see how, like, he's not able to do much right now because just the market conditions and what's happening with everything around that area has been a real challenge for him to even do something. But to comment on Captain Scarlett's and to sort of support what you're saying, when an industry is brand new, it needs to find its point of reference, right? And this is a somewhat, InfoFi is dead. So now what they're trying to do is disrupt an area that may or may, well, is not their expertise. I kind of call an apple, and it's not a hate thing. It's not a negative. It's just not. They're trying to kind of build something, and they're trying to solve a problem that they think they know fully what the problem is, right? Which is okay.
Yeah.
That's what new people do. That's what startup founders do, right? Especially from Y Combinator. But the problem that you have in this space, and I'm seeing this, it's a vibe that I think you know very well in New York City, Dave. It's a vibe of like we have to protect the masses. You know what? How about you be self-sufficient? How about you sort yourself out? You know what I'm saying? How about you not expect someone to give you a check? You know what I'm saying? How about you recognize that there's dollar values in different countries? And quite frankly, I'm going to be really spicy on this one because I've come from the retail world. We have different price. Here's a surprise. Everyone sit down. The retail prices of something in New York City, Dave could drive to Ohio and he'll save $2, $3. Okay? So right there, that's called stealth pricing. That's actually a pricing. That's a structure that's been around since forever in pricing. And that's why I think it's really odd that people would comment on it. But then I don't find it odd because they have no clue about pricing and strategy of pricing when it comes to a functional business offering. And when we're looking at this like, oh, you know, it doesn't work for me, you know, oh, I'm gonna stand and protect that person. No, because there are people in the Philippines or in Malaysia or in Vietnam that are building clothing that you're wearing, but you're not bitching about them getting $2 an hour for what they're making for you wearing on your back that you're buying from Uniqlo and Primark for about $40, are you? Because that's really the same thing. But yet now what makes that different is just that Twitter just has nothing else to talk about these days because it's in a bear and they've got to find something to shit stir.
Like, how on any planet is giving someone the ability to make money something that like anybody can look at and say, oh, this is bad? How? I don't understand. Where is everybody else doing it? Everybody's out there talking about it. We delivered 3 campaigns. It's not $1 million. It's 30 grand, but it's real. It's USD
Dave, I have a
dollars that are in
question.
escrow. Yeah.
Because you're Wallchain rep, right? Or you're part of the Wallchain team.
Yeah.
My question to you is, those 3 clients, are they happy? Were they pleased with the outcome of those campaigns? Did they feel they got value from those campaigns?
Yep, exactly. And look, we're not going to know until those campaigns run, right? Like, they're just now starting to take off. They're just now starting to run 100%. Like, they're just now starting to run. So that's why I'm saying, like, we will get these founders on. We will talk to them. But that's the exact reason why I had Any on here last week. They're about to launch a campaign with they're about to launch their Wallchain Select campaign, and we had them on. What are you looking for, Any? Right? Like, talk to a founder. What is your platform about? What are the top goals for you? Speak to the creators directly. The creators were asking him questions directly. That's what this is about. And I don't understand this mentality of I really don't. I'm with you. Feels like an angry mob suffering PTSD from InfoFire, where they would post, survive 200 epochs, and then find out how much they get paid, if anything at all, and if a campaign doesn't rug. At least there's transparency here on how much a creator will earn before they choose to participate. Thank you, COD. Exactly. Mars Smith, let me see. I think it would be a good idea. That was a lot, man, covering our faces. A good idea to bring creators and founders or creators in the team together for an exchange. Perhaps selecting a few ambassadors, true believers, or hardcore holders would be a good move for external communication. Right now, it feels like there's more FUD circulating than good news. Everyone is blaming and crying right now. Another idea might be to set a sort of minimum price floor for posts. Otherwise, what happens next? The price war? Wouldn't the quality of the project... it's all right.
I think Mark's got cut off, but
yeah,
if I could just share a little bit of what he stated at the very end, which is, does the quality of the project suffer? The thing is two things. One, for the person that accepts that rate, I just want to put it out there to be a little bit compassionate and kind, because you don't know what that person or where that person's coming from. And I think it's really entitled to kind of just think that's disrespectful in my book. So I'll just put it out there to protect whoever that person was, because I feel empathy for that, because it's their business. Number two, about a product, won't the project suffer? That's an assumption. That's an assumption, because there's a lot of unknowns here. People are passing a lot of speculation and judgment over what those posts even were, or which ones the companies chose. Because the reality is, if the company chose them, they're choosing them because they understand that that campaign hit them right where it made sense. So it won't hurt the project, because a company won't allow that to happen. And another thing to that point, because it's a very valid point by Mark, is that you have to understand these companies are not going to put the most amount of money out in the beginning. But I guarantee you, if those posts are successful in those campaigns, they will increase what they're paying those creators, because they had a successful return on the initial investment. And that's business 101, which again, creators are creators because they're creative. But this is also why two of the hardest types of people to manage, because I've managed projects of creative. Unfortunately, the hardest projects to manage are those that have creatives in it, because creatives are creatives, and that's what we love about them. But when it comes to understanding their value and their worth, they may not always have a realistic perspective on the value and that worth. And I think, David, you get this because you lived in LA, and this is a very like actor, model, industry type of thing too. You know that this happens in LA all the time. Models, actors, are you an A-list actor, B-list actor? And then they start sharing what they make, and it turns into a hot mess. But it's like, look, at the end of the day, it's a free market. And you can't argue with that, but that should incentivize you to choose a lane, pick a niche, and sort of learn about it. And if you don't like it, then wait for a campaign patiently wait for a campaign that aligns with what you really would like to spend some time learning and growing in.
Yeah. And like it's a free market out here. Brands are literally, as I look out the window, as if it's like the big blue ocean world, like it's a free market out here. Brands are literally able to like spend their money where they want and how they want, right? So Mark, like while I'm hearing you on like price floor, nah, this isn't like socialist marketing out here, bro. Like brands are free to like pay what they want to whoever they want. And that's where Wallchain comes in. We're literally saying we have this entire pool of creators, and we think that we can help you, or we know we can help you find the specific niche creators that you need for your business. And that goes from everything from small all the way to big. That company decided, you know what? It's worth the $12. Not only are they going to be given guidelines of what to post, maybe that $12 is the best $12 they've literally ever spent, like MA just said. How do you know?
But Dave, the word you're looking for is investment in self. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they can invest. It's about, you got to be in it to win it. In some ways, it's taking 5 steps back to take 10 steps forward. That person that may have accepted the 12 may do really amazing work. And like I stated before, that client may say, you know what? We want to give you a bonus based on what's come up out of that campaign. And ironically, this is what Web 2 does. Do you know, Web 2 brands do the same thing.
MA, I don't get paid for 99% of the tweets that I put
Dave.
out. 99%.
You need a hug.
No, I'm not crying about it. Is
Oh, I'm
my
teasing.
point. Yeah, like that's the crazy part with some people. It's like, I don't get paid. Like, if you want to build a brand, people are just feel like, oh, because I posted, you should pay me this much. Like, those days are over. InfoFi is done. I don't know how else I can like literally just bury this into people's minds. InfoFi is done. The real marketing world and marketing agencies function like this. And this is the reason why. And if you remember on Quack House, MA, I don't know if it was last week or the week before when we were talking, or when Yuri came on, and he was just like, this is a reason why, like we don't do, like nobody discloses what they make. You see Whale Mocha on the timeline being like, yo, I make 3,000 a post. I charge this, I charge that. Nobody's out here saying what they make. Why? Because of this type of BS. Because the majority of like folks out there now are jaded and have no clue how these businesses actually function. And it's sad, but you know what? Is that going to stop? No, it's not. Are we going to continue to pay creators $12, or is somebody going to accept a $12 offer next time? They could. Maybe somebody accepts $5 or $4. I have no idea. But at the same time, someone's still going to accept 1,000. Someone's still going to accept 2,000. Someone's still going to accept 1,500. It's how it goes. It's the nature of the beast, right? This is how it is. And I think like people like, yes, feedback, amazing. I love it. Great. But price floor mark? Nah, bro. It's not how it goes.
Dave, I'm not 100% sure if there's something you said there that I don't know if I 100% agree with. I think there is a possibility of them, well, there is always a way for Wallchain, for example, to put a baseline of what the lowest is they would accept. Because at some point, if they allow the clients just accept nothing, you know what I'm saying? It does turn into like
no, but Emmy, the thing,
a bad situation.
No, but what I think people are missing is you like, yes, price is one factor in this entire equation, right? Like what the Wallchain algo is doing is, yes, looking at your X score, but it's looking at your audience, right? And saying, hey, for this, like for the audience that you have, right? Let's just say it was for a prediction market. Like, does it justify a $12 for 4 post thing? And maybe it did. And that's the point, right? It's not just arbitrary being like, oh, let's pick a random $12 creator and like, let's do that across the board. Nah, not how it goes. That's not what we're talking about. The algo, the way the algo works is it's looking at your audience, cross-referencing to make sure what are the goals of the campaign? What are they focused on? Whether it be AI, prediction markets, DeFi, whatever. And then at that point, they're going and saying, okay, based on all of these factors, here's your offer. Now, some people lowered their offer, right? Like some people like, because for me, I think it was something like $206, I think it was, for like 4 posts, right? To somebody else, that's like $50 a post. Holy cow. Like, that's amazing. I personally, like, I accepted 206 for 2 of the campaigns, didn't get selected. But for the prediction market one for profit, I raised it up to like 300 and change. Because I thought like, this is like, for me, I really feel that I'm starting to really develop a good prediction market audience, but I didn't get selected. And what? So what now? So it's a total, like, people need to understand this is a total, like there's a much bigger picture and way more factors at play than just, oh, it was $12. It's not just, oh, it was $12. It's, oh, it was $12. Oh, there's a niche audience. Oh, what's the X score? Oh, what's the overlap? Oh, who follows that person? And so on. It's not just the price point. And I think that's what I want to wake people up to so that they can understand, so that they're not essentially being like, hey, like, let's put in a price floor so that everybody's happy. Also, quick note, 20% of the people that actually accepted this were Quackhead holders. All right. People get sit and say, oh, like there's no utilities on this. Cool. Eventually, like people, like life goes on, right? Like we have to continue to move out here. It's how it goes. Like you're not going to be happy with every decision a business makes, right? People go to McDonald's and it's like the McRib is back. Awesome. You either hate the McRib or you love the McRib. Some people don't fucking like it. Next, maybe I'll go eat at Burger King. Where else are you going to go eat now? I encourage everyone to go out and make money however it is that they can. Every single creator. That's the craft that I work on every single day. AI videos, how do I actually put my stuff together? Live streams, right? Putting the smartest minds that I know in crypto on stage 4 days a week, right? To be able to talk. So people, when they hear crypto, they think Dave is thought leader, right? And I'm not just dependent on Wallchain. I mean, we talked about this on Quack House. I'm not just dependent on this. If this is the only thing that you're dependent on, I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, like, where else to go, like with that. Like, this can't be it. It can't be it for any, like, this can't be the be all end all. But I get it when people are invested, because I've been in Wallchain since day one. And people can say, oh, you wear the badge, you wear the this, you wear that. Sure, I do. I fought to get this badge because I wanted to be here. Genuinely, like, because I believed in what these guys were building. And lo and behold, guess what? You want to say I was right? I don't see anybody else out here. I see cards that have zero value, that are not trading anymore, that are dead on OpenSea. That's what I see. I don't see Kaito. I don't see anybody else's post-info era. We're out here giving people opportunities to be able to make money. Like, jump on board or keep it moving. It's that simple. Jump on board. But we want people on board. We want more feedback, but constructive feedback, right? And it's always the people that take to the timeline that literally have zero vested interest in any of this shit, that are just like trying to chirp and trying to, like, you know, back up like the quote little guy. So I'm gonna get off my my soapbox and take a sip of water. MA, what else is cooking?
Nothing, just really just taking in this conversation, because I think we're going to see a lot of this in this space. I don't think this is going to be the only time we'll see this.
Agreed. I agree. I like, if people think like, oh my God, like, you think you're going to be happier the next way around because like all of a sudden we're going to change it up. No, same rules apply, ladies and gents. The same rules apply. Literally the same rules apply. And for those that are asking about, oh, like, this account's being botted, but yet they're still generating quack, they're still earning quacks and all this other stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, what do we do? Like, what are we doing out here? What are we doing out here? Like, show me a business that's literally perfect. Like, we're a small team focused on the right things. You want us to take time out of the day to go look at somebody that's earning quacks that, oh my God, but yet at the same time, like, you're going to say, like, what the fuck are these quacks worth? Why am I accumulating these quacks? Miss me with all of it. With all of it. One day it's, what am I doing with these quacks? It's worthless. And the next day you're defending quacks. Yeah, Caperto, I'm talking to you. All of a sudden, next day, it's like, oh, why is this person still earning quacks and on the leaderboard? What do you give a shit? You were literally in spaces talking about, what are these quacks? It's worthless. It's useless. Wallchain's dead. Keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving, little men. Keep it moving. That's it. That's it. MA, that's all I got. Anything else that we should close out with? Anything else maybe that we might have missed? Or
yeah, who are we voting? Who are we looking at to win tonight? I mean, we're literally only a few hours away from the kickoff of World Cup, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to end on a lighter note because this has been a really spicy conversation. So for those that want to get involved in prediction markets, because there's probably projects out there as well, who is your choice?
I mean, I said it on the stream this morning. I'll go with the dark horse. Like, I mean, you know, my parents immigrated here. They came as immigrants from Morocco, and even though Morocco being in the Brazil group, I don't know if they actually have like a somewhat of a shot. But I'm gonna be rooting for those boys tomorrow for sure. And the United States, of course. You know, like I want to see the U.S. cook a little bit. You know, like I want to see us at least come out of the group stage. I don't know if they will, but I at least want to see us come out of the group stages, which I think would be kind of awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I really, really do. What about you? What do you say?
That's what happens when you're on your phone. I'm saying Mexico tonight. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
I mean, Mexico has already been partying.
Really?
Mexico, well, meaning Mexico's been doing like a lot of fun stuff for like, I mean, they're really like, I mean, Latin America's football fans, you know, and soccer fans. So, you know, that's very much, you know, their realm. So Mexico's been celebrating. A lot of places in Latin America are like looking forward to sort of the matches and stuff. So be interesting to see how these play out. And I suppose, you know, on another lighter note, Knicks in 5.
Honestly, MA, at this point, like literally, like at this point, I will.
We have 6 minutes. 6 minutes is what we have to discuss Knicks and what you see, because I'm very curious, because similar to Nat and having seen those ref calls, I think New York City and California need exorcisms after all these matches are done, because there's just a lot of shenanigans going around everywhere, across all of it. And did you see Taylor Swift and her girlfriends, their shirts?
Yeah, here's what we should leave everybody with, right? I don't care, Knicks and whatever. Like I think they're gonna win the next game. I think like this is just, you rip the heart out of a team when they collapse like this. It was just every wrong move they could have made, they made, and we made every move right. You'll never see another basketball like this, like a basketball game like this again. But I think like this is what I want. I kind of want people to kind of go with, like, this is.
Go flat for Jalen Brunson. Allow him to operate at the top. 1-on-1. Brunson gets it. Fires up a three. Shot no good. The tip. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby. And it's 107-106.
Hey, Dave, did you notice that he bumped that ball out as well? Did you see that?
Uh-huh. Look at them. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, do not focus on those blue shirts.
It just came up short.
Absolutely insane. And that's it, right? That's the feel-good note y'all are going to end off on. There's messages everywhere. But, yo, to those that were in the chat, thank you. Mark, appreciate you. COD, thank you. Cap, appreciate you as well. Avi, thank you. Srini, Block Bull, man, let's go. Appreciate you guys. And MA, thank you for coming and giving us your takes and
you're
for contributing.
Welcome. And I'm sorry that there was the connection issues on my side. So hopefully everyone, and I didn't realize Srini was in the chat. So, but thank you for sharing those questions very transparently and bravely, because sometimes it's always not easy to share, but thank you. And I hope that people took away some value from this.
Same. That's it. So we got, that's Quackstream. We got new campaign launching probably, I think, in a couple days. We got founders coming on next week, Quack House and Quackstream. You guys obviously don't want to miss it. So that's it. That's what we got. Appreciate y'all. Peace. G-Quack.
Yeah. Wallchain in the house. Ducks outside. They on the mic. Let's go. Pull up to the Quack House. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, quack, quack. Heads with me. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Bus got utility. This ain't just gold. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack, quack. Whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision. Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Yeah. Wallchain Select, we got picked for the ride. Ducks in the wallet, but they fly outside. They said they built it, then they show receipts. Now the whole damn timeline waddling to the beat. Quackhead on me, that's a key, not a flex. Open new doors, yeah, unlock what's next. Not just a JPEG, not just a name. Ducks came through and changed the game. Quack House, everybody loud. Wallchain promise, Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 heads with me, yeah, the flock don't fold. Ducks got utility, this ain't just gold. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, 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 whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision, Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Who got the ducks? We got the ducks. Who built the chain? Wallchain does. Who runs the space? Dave runs the house. Quack heads up. Everybody shout. Pull up to the Quack House. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Quack House weekly. And the story gets told.